I'm Eric Ryan, CTO and co-founder of Lytics. We're a customer data platform, so we help marketers understand their users by building a unified view of data, by connecting their data from all their marketing channels. And then we build AI and it'll help them how to use that in the experience channels.
Yeah, I'm Scott Sutton, Vice President of Revenue Operations at ZoomInfo. ZoomInfo was a combination of Discover Org and ZoomInfo that came together earlier this year. And we're a sales intelligence platform that helps those who go to market find out intelligence and data around their prospects and customers.
And can everybody hear okay?
No.
No? Okay, a little louder for me.
My name is Eric Mann. I'm a Director of Engineering here at Vacasa. I manage the data science team, the data engineering team, and a couple of engineering teams that work very closely with them. For those of you who aren't familiar with Vacasa, this is our amazing workspace. Welcome, everyone. We are one of, if not the industry leader in full-service vacation rental management. We use data science and artificial intelligence throughout pretty much every layer of our company to help manage properties the best way possible for our owners and also optimize the best experience possible for guests staying on our properties.
That's a hard act to follow. I'm Gordon Furlich, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer and Vice President of AllMed Healthcare Management, and we provide clinical decision-making services for the healthcare industry, in particular the healthcare payers.
Well, great, guys. So going back to the beginning, tell us a little bit more about how is your company thinking about machine learning, AI? Where exactly do you see the opportunity, and what are some of the ways that your guys' companies are thinking about monetizing the technology? Sounds great.
So we just got into AI about a little over a year ago, and what we're doing with it is we are using it to improve our operational efficiency. We're a lean company, so we follow the principles of the Toyota lean management principles. And what's important to us, or a key feature of that, is eliminating waste from your workflows. And so we're looking at using artificial intelligence to really reduce wasteful wasteful activities that high-functioning employees would have to do, and allow them to really focus on the things they do best.
At Vacasa, data and tech enablement really drive everything we do. Everything is focused on making data-driven decisions and how best can we automate, how best can we optimize this decision making that we need to do in order to drive our business. And that's something that really sets us apart from the competition, is being able to leverage these rich data sets to actually make decisions oftentimes in real time in ways that other companies can't really compete with, because they're still relying on human insight, which we still use as well, but they're relying heavily on human insight and slower processes to make decisions, whereas we can leverage machine learning, data science, and AI to heavily automate a lot of the systems that we rely upon in order to drive our business forward. So it's really changed the way that we go into the market, and it's really changed the way that we lead in this industry.
Yeah, at ZoomInfo, we have the benefit of being the world's largest contact and information database around B2B contact information. And so that provides a really fertile playground for creating different models. Being in revenue operations, I'm building models and trying to drive our efficiencies in our go-to-market. And because we help others do that, we can then turn that into commercial opportunities by putting it into our products. So for me, there's a lot of really exciting benefits of optimizing my business, but then turning that around and letting others use that same tool, the same efficiency to drive their business and grow.
Yeah, I think for us, the number one thing I hear from marketers as they talk is just overwhelming amounts of data, and really trying to figure out which data to pay attention to. I think in the chase of trying to kind of build up data lakes and visibility into data, I think the ability to use that data is now kind of beyond that. There's way too much data, and they just don't know what to pay attention to. So I think really helping them understand which data to pay attention to is the primary thing we're trying to figure out. If they have millions of data points, which ones matter, and that's really beyond kind of the scale of human ability to to provide information back to them. So I would say the bulk of it is how do we put a package in front of them that helps them understand, answer marketer questions when they don't know what they're looking for and filter through all of this.
So a common thing that I'm hearing from everybody is vast amount of data, trying to make things easier, cut down on manual work and resources. So I mean, taking a look back 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I mean, how has your guys' opinion changed of machine learning? I think there's a lot of companies claiming that they can do it right now, a lot of them claiming that, hey, the technology's here. How has your opinion kind of evolved, in the last 3, 4 years?
That's a lot. I mean, I think, I think like a lot of companies we talk to have in-house data science teams, and that really helps collaborate as well. I would say that companies, us included, generally see a single specific problem they can see data science really bringing value to. It might be like a recommendation engine for us. I think now the evolution is pervasiveness. I think what I saw 3 years ago was people using data science for one specific application that brought value, and now they're really pushing to how to make it pervasive in hundreds of decisions. And I think it's like that bringing it to normalcy and everywhere is a far different situation from highly trained data scientists with highly specific tasks.
Yeah, I was going to hit on a similar point. I think at a point in time, it was for a select few who had the right chops, the right degrees, the right experience, and the right coding abilities. And there's been this democratization of tools and simplification of interfaces. And I think with that comes more ubiquity in the market, but it also opens the opportunity for misuse or misunderstanding. And it's not misuse in the AI is taking over the universe, it's just making bad decisions because you think you know better. So people searching to, I guess what's important to me is that people look to still have rigor when they're building models and deploying in the foundational data sets they're using, still have a level of quality that leads to this, even though the tools are related.
Not really too much to add to that. It's very much the democratization of the tool sets. You do need to have some specialized knowledge to understand what the tool sets do and to understand how to use the tool sets. But the tool sets are available to everybody. You don't have to go to school and get an advanced degree to leverage Tensorflow. It's out there, anybody can use it. And there are resources out there to teach you. There are resources out there to help self-guided, self-educated data scientists actually leverage this. And that's the point at which an industry becomes far more attainable for those in enterprise, for those actually in the business world. Because now you don't need to hire a single, highly educated, highly expensive individual to lead the company to actually achieve these gains. Many people can leverage it, any company can use it, and cloud platforms like Amazon and Google make it a lot easier to leverage the compute resources without having to spend several $1 million building your own data center so that you can actually power the processes that leverage the data. I think one of the slides here talked about the hundreds of terabytes of data per minute that Facebook is creating. If anybody in this room has a data center capable of storing that amount of data, I'd love to talk to you later. But most of us just don't have that capability, and most businesses don't have that. Aside from Google, thank you. So being able to leverage Google and leverage Amazon, leverage other partners in this space, particularly partners who will provide the compute capacity or just the additional resources, married with the toolkits that are now available to everyone and accessible by everyone, makes it so much easier for businesses to get involved in this space. You don't have to be a Fortune 500 to do it anymore. Pretty much anybody has the same tools and tricks available to everybody else.
So I started in the industry about 25 years ago, started at IBM. I was recruited as a knowledge engineer, and at that time, the big rage was rules-based systems. For those that are quaint right now. And I was working on a precursor to Watson, and it became pretty apparent in a short period of time that those kinds of systems really had serious limitations if you had any kind of domains that had reasonable complexity. And I sort of gave up on that and gave up on AI until about a year and a half ago, and then I got introduced to deep learning massive revolution in this space in just the last couple of years.
No, that's interesting. So in the coming minutes, we're going to be opening up to questions from the audience. If you have anything, we'll have that in mind. Shifting the conversation a little bit, though, one of the questions I'd like to ask, and I think is really valuable to the community, is what are some of the things that you've learned, kind of as you've got more experience playing with the technology, incorporating it into your business, and then two, applying some of that experience and those learnings. What's the opportunity? I think what's interesting about all the panelists and captains up here is all of you guys are really disrupting your space. You're really innovating and disrupting some of the more traditional players. So we'd love to speak to both of those, the opportunity one, and the learnings you've had.
Well, the most important learning for me is actually how important the learning process is for a machine. And so we're using deep learning, and it's only as good as the data sets that you have and the labeling that you have. And while we started with 10 years of clinical data, we haven't had the luxury of actually having humans labeling that data, and so we've had to use inference engines to try to approximate that, and that, again, just really highlights the limitations of traditional software technology. And now we're going to do a release in January, and we're going to have to literally teach our systems almost from scratch, rather than being able to rely on this vast trove of data that we already have. So that was a splash of cold water on me. That really, I came to the realization just about 2 months ago that we're going to be releasing our tools in 1 month. So that's something we have to learn.
You mentioned the data, and that's one of the things that is both ever present in anything involving computers: garbage in, garbage out. If you have bad source data, you're not going to get anything usable out of it, no matter how much processing you put on top of it. The downside is data science and AI is kind of like that magic buzzword that people will throw around, is this is going to be the fix to all of our problems. And in some cases, it's not. So you have to understand the data, and you have to understand the limitations of the data, what insights you can actually draw from the data, particularly if the quality of the source data is questionable. And that goes on to the flip side. Once again, the idea of AI and machine learning as being the magical buzzword, a lot of people will look at it and turn and say, what else can I do with this tool? Where else can I apply it? What other insights can I gain with this? Can I model an individual consumer and determine what their behavior is going to, how their behavior is going to impact their interaction in this specific case? What are the potential ethical implications of building such a model, or trying to gather that kind of a data set, or storing that kind of a data set? And these are the conversations that every business needs to have. And one of those things that you learn as you start working with this data is how quickly somebody will jump from, now I have the source data, to now I want to build something with it. They often skip the, should I build it in the first place? And what are the ramifications of building it? Just because it is such an attractive tool set to grab, because it can show you so many things. But again, if the source data is not right, you can build a model that will predict something. That prediction might not be accurate. Just because you use a model, just because you use data science and AI to make a prediction, if the data wasn't good, or the intention behind using the data wasn't good, the prediction is not going to be useful either. And that's sometimes a difficult conversation to have, but a very critical and vital conversation to have at any level of business.
Yeah, I think you hit on an important learning that I've found. And I think when I first started using this tool set, I was trying to understand the models and the science and the math. Then at a point, I realized the most important part was the underlying data and the structure of the training data and the assumptions you make. And then how do you integrate that into your process to actually execute as a business? And you can have ensemble models, and you can do negative parameters, and you can do all of this optimization work, but you will lose it very, very quickly in world process execution on the back end. And so to me, you have to have, and we talked about democratization of the tool. A lot of the hyper-parameter tuning, a lot of the models out of the box, they allow you to spend less effort and get a great result. And so I end up spending most of my effort on the underlying data structure and then the process execution versus the actual model building itself. And those are the 2 points where the things fall down the most.
Yeah, I'll probably say two things. One, we work, I think our platform's a little bit different in that we have ML capabilities that our customers use on top of us. So there's several thousand models they build and run, so I don't always get visibility into the specific models that are running, on some of the tuning. But I will say, at least 50 customers of ours have in-house data science teams that build models, and I would say less than 5% of those models have ever been used in production. So consumability is probably my number one, which is we're still pretty early in the vast majority of the kind of scoring and kind of modeling I see is not able to make its way into production pipeline systems. It's an offline kind of model that is a theoretical future place, but they have to figure out how to make it in line. And then I think the second thing for me is really planned obsolescence. I think that our in-house data scientists will build something they're proud of, and the pace of change is such that anything they build today needs to have a planned obsolescence in the next probably 2 to 3 years. So you have to be kind of constantly nudging off of what you're building today onto platforms because we keep building layers on top of layers on top of layers, and we need to get off of stuff nearly as fast as we get it out and kind of push it down to underlying platforms.
No, thanks. And a couple more questions, and we're going to open it up to the audience. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say to this next one. Portland, for those of you guys who've been here a long time, 10 years ago there was a handful of technology companies that you could work for. Nowadays there's dozens and dozens, and there's more popping up. Every quarter, every 3 months there's a class. One, with your guys' data initiatives, how many people do you have at your organizations that focused on them? And then two, with those people, do you guys typically find you're retraining and taking your existing employee base and focusing on them at those initiatives, or are you looking for outside talent to plug into that? And I ask because Portland, a common theme that we're getting is that we're growing so fast in tech, but a lot of folks with this kind of background, we're bringing them from different places, or maybe there's not a lot going on because we're growing so fast.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the role is shifting